Mechanics in Rocket League are kind of like the thing that every player in Rocket League tries instantly after learning how to aerial. And, like, I'm not too bad at some of the mechanics in Rocket League myself, and me being GC probably means that I should be, mechanically gifted. Well, no, I'm not. I don't know any of the mechanics, not all the mechanics anyway. But I have 5 different mechanics in this video that I'm going to try and master, ranging from simple to impossible. And normally mastering mechanics would take literally weeks of repetition. But in this video, I'm just trying to get past the first step, which would be just hitting the mechanic once. And if you're wondering, have I hit any of these shots before? No, I have not. I've been really close, but I've never fully hit the shot and scored it, which is really annoying. But most of the time I won't even try and practice these because I deem them as basically impossible at this point, because they take either way too much control or they're just impossible for me to practice and try and actually do. But trust me, nothing's impossible, and I'm going to show you in this video. So to start off this video, we tried the 180-degree flick, like the drift flick shot, and honestly, I can't lie, it could have went worse. It genuinely, definitely could have went worse. But one thing I've got to say is we messed up so many times. Like, this took me, I'd say, for how easy this should have been, this took me around 10 minutes to do, which isn't that much, but to do it properly and do it every time, this took me like ages, like just to, not every time, but to hit this most times, this took me a very long time. And I would have definitely advised trying to do this shot in game and trying to practice this, because it's a very good shot. If it works properly, you can definitely, you can make it look cool and it will look sick. But honestly, I just feel like this shot is probably not really, if you're just a normal player and you don't want to really go for freestyle, I reckon this is probably not one of the mechanics for you. But I won't lie, it definitely was cool to learn, and I mean, we had a lot of fails and a lot of, I had a decent amount of fun trying to do this mechanic out, I can't lie. Some of the ones we had were boomers though, they went up to the sky and back, bro, literally. Right, the classy flick, invented by Sir Classy, you know, it's not, but it's a pretty good flick, I can't lie. I will definitely probably be using this in game a lot, because I can't lie, it's actually pretty, like, it's actually really helpful. It's better than most flicks in the game, I can't lie. But the only thing I'd say, right, is for some reason, for how simple of a mechanic it looks, right, it's actually pretty hard to pull off. Like, genuinely, I've sped up the gameplay because this was quite long, I can't lie. I've sped up most of the gameplay here, but it's quite, like, hard to actually do. Like, there's some clips here as well where it's like, I scored some pretty good goals, like, especially this one, like, flipping how it's insane, like, but I feel like the flick's good, it's just really hard to get used to because I couldn't really get my head around, like, just how to pop up the ball perfectly for that. And then once I did, I kind of started to hit a few more, and it was like, yeah. But I did watch a tutorial on how to do it, and it made it a lot more simpler. Let's put it that way, a lot more simpler. I watched Sir Class's tutorial on it in his own video, saying literally that it was a good mechanic, and after that it was a lot easier to understand that you just pop it up and then yeah, you do it. But it still does show that it is really hard to make some of these mechanics work and actually do them. So you know, well, the ceiling Musty, honestly, I can't lie, this is obviously the most hardest mechanic on the list right so far. The last two were pretty easy. I can't lie, I was having the exact same issue. Like, I'm not very good at Musties, but I can do them. And I can't lie, it was extremely hard to try and get this set up. I'd get up to the ceiling and then it just have a stinker, like it just completely stink out. And then there was times where I'd get the Musty and then just miss completely. And then there's other times where I scored it like a few times. I think I scored it like 3 times or something like that. I think I scored twice in a row, but I don't know if that's true or not. But basically, it's a scam. I can't lie, it was genuinely a scam because I was getting so close and I was having the exact same issue where I just basically I'd flip. I'd go for the Musty and just flip and just go, like, no momentum at all because I was messing up the Musty. I wasn't going down enough and I wasn't at a 90-degree angle at all. So it's completely screwed me over. And I didn't actually have to watch a tutorial for this. I kind of just knew from my own knowledge what I was doing wrong, and I just kind of just played normally, and I somehow got it. So I mean, I can't lie, it was not bad. It was not bad. It was not bad to learn. I mean, I already know how to do this kind of ish. No, I don't. I know how to do the ceiling, obviously, you know, just not the ceiling Musty. So to start it off, the impossible ones. So basically, I can't lie, I was sat in training for about 30 minutes, and then we obviously watched the Squishies tutorial, which has already been shown. But the Squishies tutorial was actually pretty helpful because I was trying it without the tutorial for about 10 minutes, and then realized probably should look at the tutorial. Looked at the tutorial, and then I think at that point then on, I kind of started to get the hang of it because I was using a training pack at that point, so I actually knew what I was doing. And I actually got some decent double flip resets. Some of them I didn't score, well, most of them I didn't score. But honestly, I was kind of shocked because as soon as I made the turn of using diagonal flips and just, I was just flipping sideways at that point and trying to just stall, and that was never working. Stalling was never going to work trying to do a flip reset, double flip reset. Because I can obviously get the first flip reset, it's just the second one that was incredibly hard. At the start of trying to get the double flip reset, it was impossible. So I had to try and use extra tactics. That's why I used the diagonal flip to try and get to the ball, which actually worked. I got a few touches, double touches there, and got 2 flip resets, and it was insane. Genuinely, I was shocked that I got 2 flip resets because I never normally do that. Like, I never normally get 2 flip resets. It's normally impossible for me to do that, but we somehow did it, and I'm still shocked. I'm still shocked now that I can do it now, because I can generally do it, like, not all the time, but sometimes I can do it now. Obviously not in game, because I'm not going to try in a game, because I'm not an idiot. I have a feeling that this shouldn't have probably been number 5, but the Breezy Flick, like, honestly, I don't use this. I don't use this, and I'm not very good at doing it anyway, because I always jump, like, either too slow, like the jump's too small, or I just jump too high, and then it ruins the flip, because I can't get the flip then, because I spend too much time trying to air roll to the position you're meant to be in, which is a bit of an issue on my end, but we managed to somehow actually do it, which, to be fair, it isn't the hardest mechanic ever. That's why I said it shouldn't have probably been number 5, but, honestly, I reckon it deserves a place at number 5 for being, like, it's a very hard mechanic to learn, especially for some people. Like me, I obviously did it in like 20 minutes, but that's because I have a lot more mechanical awareness now, you know. No, I generally do know most of the mechanics of the game and how they work. I just don't know how to do them most of the time, and sometimes I have a few stinkers, like I did in these clips here. But we don't talk about that. We generally just don't talk about it, and that you know, it happens. It happens. We're all gonna have stinkers in this game, like generally, we always will. But you know, we love to see it. We love to see it. Honestly, as I said at the start of the video, this is probably my final thoughts, by the way, and as I said at the start of the video, trust me, do try these mechanics out. Genuinely, these are, like, they are really sick, like, to learn and just fun to learn, and not just that, they will also probably make you better at the game as well, especially the classy flip. I don't know why, but that flick is just insane, and OP. But genuinely though, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and that's literally, guys, subscribe and like, and peace!